गुड आफ्टरनून लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन एंड व्यूअर्स। आज फिर मैं एक ऐसे वॉरियर के साथ हूँ जो ट्रू वॉरियर हैं और उनकी पहचान है कि वो कारगिल के युद्ध में खुद शामिल थे और जो सबसे पहले जो मार्टर हुए थे सौरभ कालिया, वो इनके साथ इनके कलीग थे और उसी यूनिट में थे। तो इससे बड़ा तो कोई परिचय इनका हो नहीं सकता है, क्योंकि इन्होंने खुद अपने हाथों से इतने सारे मार्टर्स को देखा और खुद उसमें लड़ाई में थे। खून की जिसे कहते हैं ना, होली खेलने वाली बात होती है। और उसके साथ साथ ये सेना मेडल से सुशोभित हैं, आर्मी कमांडर कमेंडेशन कार्ड से सुशोभित हैं और चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ कमेंडेशन कार्ड से भी सुशोभित हैं। इन्होंने कश्मीर से लेके असम और इन सभी जगहों पे अपना योगदान दिया है। तो बाकी इन्हीं से खुद जानते हैं कि और क्या क्या किया है। सो लेट्स वेलकम आवर टुडेज गेस्ट, लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल राजीव घोष फ्रॉम द 4th Jat Regiment, 4th Battalion of the Jat Regiment and Sena Medal. So Rajiv, welcome to the show, which I call it a win life like a warrior.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me. Rajiv, I came to know from your biodata that you are a second generation officer. In fact, your dad was also in the army. So was it a natural कि आर्मी में ही आना है, और क्या मतलब आर्मी में रहते रहते फादर के साथ में पेट नहीं भरा था आर्मी में कि you should try something else?
सर, पहले तो मैं आपका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूंगा कि आपने मुझे अपने शो पे बुलाया और बड़ा अच्छा लगा कि मैं अपनी एक्सपीरियंसेस लोगों से शेयर कर सकूं। मैंने जब से होश संभाले, जब से माँ के पेट से निकल के दुनिया को देखा है, तो मैंने सिर्फ हरी वर्दी देखी है। तो वो जो हरी वर्दी एक ऐसी चीज है जो कि उसका एक सुरूर चढ़ जाता है इंसान के दिमाग में। तो मेरे दिमाग में वो बचपन से था, इसीलिए मेरे कदम भी फौज की तरफ बढ़ गए और किस्मत से मैं सिलेक्ट हो गया। तो I also joined the army, and best is that I could join the same battalion as my father was. So my father had participated in 71 war from the same unit in Fazilka sector, and I participated in Op Vijay from the same unit in Kargil. So that has been a very good fortune for both of us. So that is all about it, sir.
That is fantastic that father also participated in the war, and you also got an opportunity to participate in the war. It's a very rare combination. It's a very rare combination. Am I right?
Yes, sir. But there are some cases, sir. A lot of cases are there.
Yeah. So how did you plan it to join the army? Can you just share that journey? How did you went?
Sir, actually, when I was in class 12th, I applied for NDA. But I don't know what went wrong. I could not clear NDA. I could not clear NDA. So I started pursuing my graduation. So I was pursuing a graduation in mathematics. So then I had decided that I'll do MCA or something. But when I was in my 3rd year, I just filled up the form of CDS. I was still not a graduate then. I was in my 3rd year only. So I filled up the form. I went to give the exam and I cleared the exam. Though I had not prepared much, but since I had prepared a lot for NDA, so maybe, and I used to keep reading newspapers and general knowledge and all. So I cleared the exam. And once I cleared the exam, so SSB came. Then I went for SSB. I was still not a graduate. My exams were also not held.
Okay.
I cleared the SSB also, sir. So when I cleared the SSB, so I got selected, and then after that my graduation exams took place. But UPSC has got a ruling, sir, that in case if a candidate is cleared for UPSC, then the university has to take out his result, provisional result. The university cannot say no, we cannot do it. Even if they have to check one candidate's paper, they have to check it.
Oh, good.
So that is how they cleared me, and then I joined Indian Military Academy. December 94 I joined, and I passed out in June 1996. So I belong to the 98th regular course of Indian Military Academy, sir.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So, Rajiv, which college it was where you did the graduation from?
Sir, those days my father was posted in a place called Jalpaiguri, which is in North Bengal, sir, close to Siliguri. So I was studying in a college called Ananda Chandra College, AC College, Jalpaiguri, sir. So I'm a student of AC College, Jalpaiguri, sir.
Very good, very good, very good. Means multicultural places you have been all around.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Yeah. So, Rajiv, like when you went to the SSB, and though you had a little background कि army के साथ father भी army में थे, तो have some grooming of as a army officer. But what did you find something different in SSB, or would you like to share some experiences which will help if somebody is viewing this episode, or he will view after that? क्या बंदे को तैयार करना चाहिए एसएसबी के लिए? What do you think?
एसएसबी जो मेरी रीडिंग है सर, एसएसबी में, एसएसबी इज सच अ फूल प्रूफ सिस्टम दैट आप अगर फौज के लिए बने हुए हो तो आप नेचुरली वहां पे सिलेक्ट हो जाओगे, चाहे आपको इंग्लिश बोलनी आती है नहीं आती, चाहे फौजी बैकग्राउंड से हो नहीं हो, चाहे बहुत हम्बल बैकग्राउंड से हो या बहुत पैसे वाले फैमिली से हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इफ यू आर कट आउट फॉर द आर्मी, they will find you out, sir. बट आजकल क्या आता है सर, बच्चे बहुत कोचिंग लेते हैं, बहुत कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट खोल गए हैं, कोचिंग के थ्रू जाते हैं. बट अगर आप मुझसे पूछिए कि कोचिंग लेके नहीं जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर आप कोचिंग लेके जाते हैं तो आपको वो लोग इस तरीके से कोच कर देते हैं, स्पेशली एक्स जीटीओज वगैरह, कि आप अननेचुरल होने से भी नेचुरल बिहेव करके आप सिलेक्ट हो जाओगे, लेकिन आप फिर जिंदगी भर पछताओगे बिकॉज यू आर नॉट कट आउट फॉर दैट. एंड आर्मी इज नॉट अ प्रोफेशन. ये एक पैसा कमाने का जरिया नहीं है सर, ये एक जिंदगी का तौर तरीका है. ये दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ, this is a different kind of life. It is not a profession where you only earn money. It is a way of life, and it carries on even after retirement. You know, it carries on. It gets into you. So आप जबरदस्ती करके आपको नहीं जाना चाहिए. मतलब अगर आपके अंदर नहीं है तो नहीं है. आप फैब्रिकेट करके जाएंगे, आप कोचिंग लेके जाएंगे तो आप हो तो जाएंगे, आपको एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी मिल जाएगी, लेकिन neither you are cut out for the army nor army is cut out for you, and you are doing a disservice to the nation.
Rajiv, I fully agree with you. The person sitting in front of you right now, I didn't have any background. I went first time and just made it. And what you really said, that you go as a natural person. If you are cut out for that, they will select. And you be natural, there is no doubt in that. Because you can't hide your original personality. And you rightly said, if you are wrongly selected, then organization will also suffer and you will also suffer.
Yes, sir.
So, this is a good advice, Rajiv. I agree with that 100%. So, once you reached academy, how was that experience? And any thing which you would like to share with the audience? Any incident or event based on your punishment or new experience which lighten up the environment?
Sir, academy experience is a lifetime experience which shapes you as an individual, which shapes you as a soldier, which shapes you as an officer, and which shapes you for a lifetime. You know, there are memories for lifetime. So when we as direct entries who come directly from college through CDS, we undergo a 1.5 years training. So first 6 months is in that first 6 months is the most difficult period for us, because we have come from civil life. You know, our body is not tuned to such kind of rigorous physical exercise, and we are not tuned to, you know, getting punishments from the seniors, getting punishment from the DSS, and in the academy most of the punishment is physical. Physical punishment doesn't mean कि आपको कान पकड़ के उठक बैठक करा रहे हैं. Physical punishment is they will make you run, they will make you do push-ups, they will make you, all the punishments are centered towards making you physically strong and mentally strong. We do our regular training, and when we come back to our rooms after that, at night, even after dinner, we used to have fall-ins where our seniors used to ragdo us the whole night, and again the next morning we had to go for classes. But that ragda which we used to get, apart from the normal training ragda, is something which shaped us. To make something new, you have to break something old. So the civilian in you, the ego of yours, the civilian lifestyle of yours is broken. Even if you're an army officer's son, but you are not yourself an officer.
Yes, yes, yes.
So they break you and they again make you into a good soldier. Though a person who can take it sportingly is someone who will be able to sail through his military career in a very, very, very good way. Because after you pass out, you have to face your men. The men look forward to you. You are the one who will give them command in the face of the enemy, in the most difficult of situation. So if you are not mentally tough and you are not mentally strong, you will not be able to lead them. And especially, sir, like I belong to the Jat regiment. Jats are very strong and they are very cutthroat, sir. If you're not capable, they will tell you on your face, ki saab, aapke bas ki nahi hai. अगर इस ऑपरेशन में कोई कुछ मरवाएगा तो आप मरवाओगे. They tell it on your face. So this, you have to be a good, well trained, strong, mentally, physically strong enough soldier who can lead equally strong men. So the training of IMA, the total training and the first 6 months is what makes and shapes your future, sir.
Yeah. So it's not only the training, even those punishments are also part of the training only. They make you tough and they prepare you for the war,
yes,
which
sir.
happens once in a lifetime.
Yes, sir.
There is no doubt in that. So after this academy, Rajiv, where did you go?
Sir, after I passed out from the academy, my first posting was a place called Pithoragarh, which is there in the Kumaon Hills. Presently, that time it used to be Uttar Pradesh, now it is Uttarakhand. So my unit 4 Jat was posted there. So we got posted, I got posted to Pithoragarh. And the best thing, I got posted to Pithoragarh is it was a mountainous terrain. So it was very good for training purpose. And since I was a youngster, so I was in Ghatak competitions, I was in cross country, in all physical competitions, I was there. So that was an extended training for me, sir.
Naturally. So, any first experience in the unit normally when the youngster goes, and how you were treated there?
Sir, for me, it was something, I was coming back home only because my father was from the same unit. So all the officers, almost all the JCOs, all the men knew me.
Oh.
But leaving aside that, I never got any special preferential treatment. Only treatment I got is initially when a Vayo comes, he has to stay in the line with men for 3 months. So my stay in the line with men was only 1 month because people knew that since childhood days I've been with them, So
Okay.
that's new for me. So 1 month was enough. I was called back in 1 month. They said, "Isko puri zindagi bhi line mein chhod doge to ye wapas nahi aayega." So it is better to call him.
Okay. That must be Rajiv, must be a very good experience because you knowing most of the JCO Saab or Havaldars or NCOs and all. So that must be really fun for you because you must have grown up in front of them.
It was really fun, sir, and the kind of teaching they taught me, and as ustads, as JCOs, it was very good. And there was a very personal touch, There was a very personal touch, and I was in such a position that they had seen me as a kid, so they had that liberty to, scold me extra. Scold me extra that though I was a commissioned officer, but they had that liberty कि इसको हम extra डांट सकते हैं, इसको extra फटकार सकते हैं. So that was an advantage for me, sir.
That is just out of affection for your father and you.
Yes, sir.
True. And after that, where the unit moved?
Sir, after 2 years in Pithoragarh, my unit moved to Kargil in September 1998, sir.
Okay.
So Kargil mein, there's a place called Kaksar, sir.
Yeah,
When you go from Dras towards Kargil, sir. So it is, I won't say it is midway, but it is about 30-35 kilometers short of Kargil.
Yeah,
This is the place where the enemy fires on the highway, National Highway 1 Alpha. They used to fire on those on around 8 kilometers of stretch, sir. So there were two Pakistani posts. One is Twin Bump and one is Bunker Ridge. They used to fire. So we were part of 121 Brigade, sir. And we were deployed over there. So September 1998, we got deployed. And Op Vijay started in 99, sir. Somewhere in May, June 99, Op Vijay started when we were 7-8 months old. But before going, moment we reached in Kargil, sir, I was fortunate enough to get detailed for a course called Mountain Warfare Course. This is a course which is held in Sonamarg, sir, High Altitude Warfare School. तो वहां पे क्या होता है सर, जब ये एक ऐसा कोर्स है जिसमें ऑफिसर, जेसीओ, जवान सब एक साथ कोर्स करते हैं, अलग नहीं करते. और ये ऐसा कोर्स है जो ज्यादा फिजिकल है और पढ़ाई लिखाई कम है, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी और मेंटल एक्टिविटी ज्यादा है. तो इसमें हमें क्योंकि कोई किसी भी रेजिमेंट का जवान हो, वो अपने ऑफिसरों से ज्यादा फिजिकली स्ट्रांग होता है. तो हमें उनके साथ compete करना पड़ता है, जो कि बहुत ही चैलेंजिंग है. और ये कोर्स पहाड़ी इलाके में होता है, तो बहुत इट इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट काइंड ऑफ कोर्स. सो वो कोर्स करने से मुझे अपने फ्यूचर टेन्योर जो कि कारगिल में था, वो बहुत मेरे को फायदा हुआ उससे.
तो ये जो हाई एल्टीट्यूड वॉरफेयर का जो स्कूल है, ये गुमरी में भी तो है?
सर गुमरी में इनका डेट है, हमारी ट्रेनिंग गुमरी में भी होती है.
ओके.
तो जो इनका एक्चुअली सर हेडक्वार्टर तो है, मेन हेडक्वार्टर तो गुलमर्ग में है.
ओके.
और मतलब गुलमर्ग में विंटर वॉरफेयर की ट्रेनिंग होती है और समर वॉरफेयर, माउंटेन वॉरफेयर की ट्रेनिंग वो होती है सोनमर्ग में. तो सोनमर्ग की ट्रेनिंग के दौरान गुलमर्ग में भी थोड़े दिन की ट्रेनिंग की जाती है गुमरी में. गुमरी के ऊपर सर एक ग्लेशियर है जिसको मचोई ग्लेशियर बोलते हैं. तो गुमरी में हमारा कैंप लगता है और मचोई ग्लेशियर में हम रोज जाके ट्रेनिंग करते हैं सर.
In fact, immediately after Kargil, I was posted there.
अच्छा सर, where sir, किधर?
You see, there was 8 mountain dip was there in Nimu.
Yes sir.
Which was moved from Nimu to this near Kargil. What is that? Khumbathang.
Yes sir.
Khumbathang. So I was twice there, and in Khumbathang, and this whole area, my brigades were, signal company were there, Dras, Kargil, your Kaksar and all, and this even your, where the Batalik. So they were all companies were there. So this all area were, I used to drive there, meeting those company officers.
Sir.
So, Rajiv, when you were there in the Kaksar, and I believe that is the time this incident of infiltration came to notice. How the thing progressed? What was the geopolitical situation there?
Sir, when we were there in Kargil, उससे पहले क्या हुआ था सर, 1998 के एंड की तरफ और 1999 के स्टार्टिंग की तरफ, there were a lot of good relations between India and Pakistan. That bus diplomacy started. There was a lot of trade and all. So किसी ने ये सोचा भी नहीं था कि पाकिस्तान हमारे लिए ऐसा कुछ प्लान बना के बैठा हुआ है. तो उसके बाद वहां पे एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग थी दोनों फौजों के बीच में कि जो भी इलाका बिल्कुल इनहॉस्पिटेबल था, जहां पे बहुत बर्फबारी होती थी, वो विंटर्स में हम भी छोड़ देते थे, वो भी छोड़ देते थे. वो हमारे इलाके में नहीं घुसते थे, हम उसके इलाके में नहीं घुसते थे. और 1998 के विंटर्स में भी ऐसा ही कुछ हुआ. और 1998-99 की जो विंटर्स थी, उसमें तो वाजपेयी जी, नवाज शरीफ जी की मुलाकात हुई थी. वाजपेयी जी बस में बैठ के लाहौर गए थे, एंड द बस सर्विस एंड ऑल स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम अटारी बॉर्डर. तो तो सिचुएशन वाज मच बेटर. बट किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं था कि परवेज मुशर्रफ इज मेकिंग अ प्लान कि वो इस तरीके की हरकत को करेंगे. तो ये इनिशियली बहुत सरप्राइजिंग आया था. और उन दिनों सर कारगिल को सियाचिन जितनी प्रायोरिटी नहीं मिलती थी. सियाचिन में जितना राशन, क्लोथिंग वगैरह जाता था, कारगिल में उतना नहीं जाता था. कारगिल वाज जस्ट लाइक एनी नॉर्मल ब्रिगेड.
करेक्ट.
तो इक्विपमेंट वाइज, special rations wise, priority wise, Kargil was not as prioritized as Siachen sector.
Yes.
तो इसीलिए जब ये घटना घटी तो इंडियन आर्मी ने मुंह तोड़ जवाब तो दिया, लेकिन हम लोग क्लोथिंग वाइज इक्विप्ड नहीं थे. तो वो कहीं ना कहीं शुरू में काफी दिक्कतें आई, बट बाद में कारगिल की लड़ाई के बाद उधर बहुत ज्यादा प्रायोरिटाइज कर दिया और काफी सुविधाएं कर दी फ्रॉम मिलिट्री, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव, लॉजिस्टिक्स एंड ऑपरेशंस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी.
So then how this situation escalated and got converted into the war?
सर क्या हुआ था, जब in the month of May 1999 the intrusion was detected in Batalion. Intrusion was detected in Dras. So in Kaksar we had one post called Bajrang, which was a winter vacated post, and I was the post commander of that Bajrang post. Used to come under 5299 complex. Okay. So I was company commander of 5299, which was a winter cutoff post. Okay. So Bajrang was vacated by me only, sir. Bajrang was vacated by me only and that day the snowfall was very late that year. 1999 में जो बर्फ गिरी वो बहुत लेट गिरी सर. नॉर्मली क्या है, सितंबर अक्टूबर से स्नोफॉल शुरू हो जाता है, बट 98 की विंटर स्नोफॉल बहुत लेट शुरू हुआ. स्नोफॉल बहुत लेट शुरू हुआ, इसलिए हम लोगों ने पोस्ट को भी बहुत लेट वैकेट किया था. बट उसके बाद बहुत फरवरी एंड से बहुत ज्यादा स्नोफॉल हुआ, तो उन्होंने इस बात का बहुत फायदा उठाया. तो जब इनका डिटेक्ट हुआ तो हमारे भी हमने जाके बजरंग पोस्ट को रीऑक्युपाई करने की कोशिश करी. मैं सर बजरंग पोस्ट को हमने मार्च 1999 में वेकेट किया था, 1 मार्च, क्योंकि बहुत स्नोफॉल हो रही थी और वहां राशन खत्म हो गए थे, क्योंकि वहां स्टॉकिंग नहीं किया गया था. बट जो भी विंटर वेकेटेड पोस्ट है वहां स्टॉकिंग नहीं करते हैं. तो 5299 पोस्ट से हम उनका राशन देते थे. तो अभी जहां 20 आदमी का राशन होता है सर, उसको अगर 30 आदमी खाए तो फिर वो आप समझ ही सकते हैं कि वो कितना लास्ट 270 दिन का वहां विंटर स्टॉकिंग होता था. तो 270 दिन के राशन को अगर 20 आदमी की जगह 30 आदमी खाए तो राशन खत्म होने लगेगा. तो दैट इज we vacated Bajrang post on 1st of March 1999. I only vacated, and after that अप्रैल में मैं छुट्टी गया था, क्योंकि मैं 6-7 महीने से विंटर कट ऑफ पोस्ट पे था. तो अप्रैल में मैं ले गया था. ले में हमारा एक एग्जाम होता है, पार्ट बी एग्जाम. वो पार्ट बी एग्जाम देके फिर मैं छुट्टी गया था. तो मेरे को रिलीव किया था सौरभ कालिया ने. Okay. So he was a youngster that time. He relieved me, and when he was on the post, so he was told when intrusion was detected in Batalik and Dras, so Saurabh was tasked to go and reoccupy Bajrang. So when Saurabh had gone to reoccupy Bajrang, तभी वो सौरभ की पेट्रोल को जो है पाकिस्तानियों ने पकड़ लिया. They caught hold of them, and then we all know what happened with them. And finally, their dead bodies, mutilated dead bodies, were returned to us on 9th of June. 9th of June through a post called Post 43. So वहां पे उन्होंने हैंड ओवर किए थे उनके डेड बॉडीज, बट उनकी हालत बहुत खराब थी. एवरीबडी नोज व्हाट वाज डन टू देम. So it was a big surprise for us, but in war there are no surprises.
War is not surprise. Here yes. I would like to know this Rajiv कि आप पोस्ट खाली करके पार्ट बी एग्जाम देने गए, which is very natural, and thereafter you went for leave. Were you called back from the leave during this operation?
No, sir. I was not called back, but my leave finished somewhere in when all these things started. So my leave had automatically finished.
Okay.
So I rejoined. I'd gone for a short leave only, sir.
Okay. And when you rejoined, and this incident of Saurabh Kalia happened in your absence, or were you part of the unit that time?
No, sir. When the Saurabh Kalia incident happened, I was not there.
Okay.
Saurabh Kalia incident happened. Then to retrieve Saurabh Kalia's patrol, Amit Bhardwaj, another youngster of mine, उसकी पेट्रोल को भेजा गया था.
Okay.
उसकी पेट्रोल को भेजा गया था, तो उसकी पेट्रोल भी फायर, they also came under heavy fire, and he also attained martyrdom, Amit Bhardwaj. So 2 of my youngsters attained martyrdom. Moment this entire thing finished, then just by then I rejoined the unit. So I somehow live with this sorrow that, you know, my youngsters, maybe, you know, had I been there, so maybe, you know, one of them would have survived, maybe I would have died, whatever, you know, but one of these guys died my death, sir.
Yeah. Or it could have been other way around, that you might have bloody killed them more.
Whatever, one can't say, but
yeah.
Coming back was not sure, but death was almost sure. But that is sorrow which I will live for the rest of my life.
So एक चीज तो ये है, थोड़ा सा जो हमारे व्यूअर जानना चाहेंगे कि जो पोस्ट बजरंग आपने बताया कि वहां करीब 30 लोग रहते थे. So you have that much of space where you made so many bunkers and all 30 people can occupy that?
सर वहां क्या था, जो 5299 टॉप था, उसके दो स्पर थे. एक साउथ पर, एक नॉर्थ ईस्ट पर. सो जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट पर था उसमें काफी जगह थी, और वो भी एक जगह नहीं, छोटे छोटे हिस्सों में, जहाँ थोड़ा फ्लैट सरफेस मिल गया. और जो साउथ वेस्ट पर था उसमें भी थोड़ी जगह थी. साउथ वेस्ट पर को बजरंग कहते थे, एंड नॉर्थ ईस्ट पर को 5299 कहते थे, whereas 5299 एक्चुअली एक टॉप. Okay. So both the spur put together, you are able to deploy 30 people also? No, sir. We used to deploy around 20-25 people at northeast spur, and a section spread around 10 odd people at southwest spur, that is Bajrang, sir.
Okay. And normally these posts are winter stocked for 6 months or so?
270 days, sir. 9 months.
Oh, 9 months. Okay. So, like viewer would like to know that how this whole thing, when you go for a patrol, or like whether Kalia went or whether your next officer went, and you must have also followed after that. What is the planning made done, and how this you guys inspire the men with you, knowing well that we have to go and fight the enemy?
Sir, whenever we go to any unknown territory, you know, where there is no occupied, where it is not occupied by us, we always move very tactically, sir. Very tactically and very deliberately. There, it is not a race कि हमें जल्दी पहुंचना है. आप टाइम लगाओ, लेकिन आप जो फौजी सिखलाई का तरीका है कि भैया कवर लो, आड़ पकड़ो, प्रोब करो, ऑब्जर्व करो, फिर जाओ, तो वैसे ही करते हैं. और वैसे भी हाई एल्टीट्यूड में आप बहुत तेज वैसे नहीं चल सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपकी क्षमता वैसे ही कम हो जाती है बिकॉज ऑफ रेरिफाइड ऑक्सीजन. सो आप इसी प्रकार से करते हैं, एंड फिर आप अपने निर्धारित जो भी आपको जगह टास्क दिया जाता है, उस टास्क को इसी तरह पूरा करते हैं. बहुत डेलिबरेटली करते हैं. जाते वक्त आपके पूरे वेपन आर्म्ड होते हैं, क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं कब फायर आएगा. पूरे वेपन आर्म्ड होते हैं. आप पूरा अपने साथ पूरा एम्युनिशन लेके जाते हैं, पूरा राशन लेके जाते हैं कि कब आप कहाँ फंस जाएंगे आपको पता नहीं है. वापस आप अपनी कंपनी बेस पे आ पाएंगे नहीं पाएंगे. सो बहुत टैक्टिकली होता है. एंड जब आप जाते हैं तो आप बहुत एक्सपीरियंस लोगों को, अगर आप 10 लोग हैं तो यू विल मेक श्योर कि 7 लोग बहुत पुराने एक्सपीरियंस है, 3 लोग नए हैं, क्योंकि वहां पे ऑपरेशन जैसी चीज है सर जहाँ पे एक्सपीरियंस सबसे ज्यादा काउंट करता है. तो लेकिन आपको दूसरों को भी मौका देना पड़ता है. जो यंग नए लड़के हैं उनको मौका देना पड़ता है. तो आप 30-70 का आप फॉलो करते हैं रेशियो. 70% नए लोग और 30% सॉरी 70% पुराने लोग और 30% नए लोग। तो इस हिसाब से आप पेट्रोलिंग करते हैं, और वो सब जगह में पेट्रोलिंग बहुत रिस्की होता है सर, क्योंकि वो बहुत एवलांच प्रोन एरिया है, तो वहाँ बहुत एवलांचेस आते हैं। तो कई बार ऐसा होता है कि पेट्रोल एवलांच में ही आ जाता है। तो आपको अपने पेट्रोलिंग का टाइमिंग उस प्रकार से रखना पड़ता है, क्योंकि जब सुबह धूप निकलनी शुरू होती है तो उसके बाद पेट्रोलिंग बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। तो आपको पेट्रोलिंग ऐसे टाइम पे करना होता है जब धूप पिघलना बंद हो जाए, बर्फ पिघलना बंद हो जाए। तो आप नॉर्मली पेट्रोलिंग करते हैं 3-4 बजे के बाद। आप वहां पे दोपहर 2 बजे के बाद ठंडी पड़नी शुरू हो जाती है। सो 2 बजे से लेके सुबह 6-6:30 बजे तक इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू डू एनी काइंड ऑफ मूवमेंट। तो हम उसी तरह प्लान करते हैं सर।
So after this casualties, the two of the patrol had a severe casualty. सौरभ कालिया उनके साथ 5 उनके साथी थे, फिर दूसरी पेट्रोल का भी. By the time you also joined in, what happened after that? What was the feeling or the environment or the, you can say, the Rosh unit में क्या हाल था? मतलब it must be
the feeling was the entire unit was just ready to go and attack any kind of post of Pakistan and avenge the death of our boys. But the army doesn't run on emotions, so one has to plan properly and then take action. So in our area, sir, Kaksar area, the terrain was very inhospitable, sir. So since वो लोग बजरंग पे आके बैठ गए थे, तो हमें 5299 टॉप को बचाना था, क्योंकि अगर वो लोग 5299 टॉप पे आके बैठ जाते तो हमारे आगे के सारे पोस्टों को उनको पूरा नजर मिलता और वो वहां पे आराम से अपना आरटी का फायर गिरा सकते थे। तो हमारे जितने लोग हैं, मेरे सीनियर है विक्रम शेखावत सर, he was tasked to go and occupy 5299 top, and which he did with his party. And 5299 टॉप में बहुत डिप्लॉयबिलिटी बहुत कम थी, फिर भी वो लोग 5299 टॉप जाके उन्होंने वहां पे कब्जा किया। और 5299 टॉप से आपको दुश्मन का जो सप्लाई लाइन है टुवर्ड्स बजरंग वो दिखाई देता था, और दुश्मन का 5108 एक पोस्ट था, तो वहां से वो भी जो मूवमेंट होती थी वो दिखाई देती थी। तो वी यूज्ड टू bring fire on them, and then we had planned to cut off that line of communication, for which my patrol was tasked. I was supposed to get down from 5299 and cut off the route between 5108, which was an enemy post, to Bajrang. So for that, me and my party went to 5299 top, and then we were supposed to launch from there, but in between something happened that we were stopped. We were not allowed to launch from there. But what we did is all the heights, all the prominent heights adjoining Bajrang, we started occupying those heights, and we started beating the enemy through RT fire and direct firing weapons. So that is how we kept them pinned down at Bajrang, and there was another post called Kati. We pinned them down over there so that they could not roll down further or go and occupy another heights which could give them observation in our area.
So how many days you continued in this part of operation when you went with the battle?
Sir, it was almost a month plus. It was almost a month plus, because finally the ceasefire took place somewhere around 10th of July, sir. And after ceasefire 10th of July, even after ceasefire 10th, 11th of July night, we were not allowed to leave our positions. So we were there. Then after that, what happened is that the entire deployment changed. A lot of unoccupied areas were also occupied later on. Like in Kargil only, sir, where Bajrang was, we occupied 2 more posts ahead of Bajrang, which were in a very dangerous area. But we didn't have a choice. We had to do it. So we made 2 posts ahead of Bajrang. One was called Leaf Bump, and one was called Anita. Anita was a post which was named by me only. My mother's name was Anita. So I named Anita, sir.
क्या बात है. Okay. And that name is still persist, eh?
I'm sure, sir, it must be persisting because they don't change names.
So this entire duration of 25-30 days, can you share some experiences? Means it must be a really very
Sir,
tiresome,
I will
very,
share two experiences. I will
yeah,
share two experiences.
yeah.
On when I was tasked to go and cut off the enemy lines of communication, so I had gone to 5299 top. So 5299 top was occupied by my senior called Captain Vikram Shekhawat.
Achha.
So Shekhawat sir was there, and one of my postmates, Captain PV Vikram, he was another Vikram. PV Vikram was also there as a OP officer from artillery. So I went there. I was supposed to get familiarized and launch further and cut off the enemy lines of communication. So first night when we tried this on, I think 31st May night. 31st May night, we tried doing this, but we got heavy enemy fire. So we could not make a headway. So we were called back and we were told, you 2-3 days you observe the enemy movement and all. Then we will launch you after 2-3 more days. What happened, sir, on 2nd of June, there was heavy enemy RT shelling on 5299. Okay. In that, we lost PV Vikram, the RT officer. Oh. My senior Captain Vikram Shekhawat also got injured. And a couple of more casualties we had. So the strength of that post was reduced and there was no officer over there. So I was made to stay at 5299 and do the further this thing of cutting the enemy lines of communication, not physically, but through fire. Through fire, RT fire and small arms fire. Now on 2nd of June, sir, when I was sitting on the top of 5299, so Vikram was there with me. He was my coastmate. So you know how coastmates are, you are great friends. So we were sitting on a insulation mat.
Vikram, that RT officer? Yes,
sir. So we were sitting on an insulation mat. Insulation mat is somewhat like a yoga mat, sir.
Okay.
So I was sitting in middle. Onto my left, Vikram was sitting. Onto my left, Vikram was sitting, and onto the right, radio operator Bhai was sitting. He was Vikram's radio operator. And सामने काफी सामान सुमून रखा था, स्टोर वगैरह रखे थे सर. And around 5-6 feet in front of us, there was a boy of my unit called Sipai Narendra. He was standing. It was around afternoon, sir, 2:30, 3 o'clock. One shell landed, sir. I don't know where that shell landed. So there was a little bit of obscuration, धुआं हो गया वहां पे. So my hand was on Vikram's shoulder. Oh. So I removed my hand and patted on Vikram's leg. कि Vikram, चल भाग, fire आ गया. So I looked at Vikram. So he was just shaking like this, and little bit of blood came out from his mouth, and he fell down. Oh. I got slightly confused. I said, "Bhai." So I saw Bhai lying. पीछे पड़ा हुआ था वो भाई. सामने वो Narendra was also profusely bleeding. He had got a splinter on his leg, sir. So I thought कि मुझे भी लगा होगा शायद, But in that fog of war, you don't feel. मुझे कुछ feel नहीं हुआ. तो वहां पे नीचे एक छोटा सा री-एंट्रेंट था. री-एंट्रेंट के थ्रू नीचे एक लेज थी जहां पे मेरे बंदे बैठे हुए थे 8-10. और उस री-एंट्रेंट को हमें रस्सी से उतरना पड़ता था लेज तक जाने के लिए. और उस री-एंट्रेंट के अंदर एक छोटा सा और जगह थी जहां पे मैं और मेरे सीनियर विक्रम सर बैठे हुए थे. तो आई हैड कम अप टू टॉक टू माय आरटीओपी कोस्टमेट एंड अंडरस्टैंड. तो विक्रम सर वहां बैठे हुए थे. तो ही सेड मैं थोड़ा सा रेस्ट ले लेता हूं. आई सेड ओके सर, फाइन, आप रेस्ट ले लो, मैं ऊपर जा रहा हूं. तो व्हेन आई गॉट डाउन ऑफ द रोप टू टेल विक्रम शेखावत कि सर फायर आ गया, तो आई सॉ विक्रम शेखावत आल्सो वो ऐसे हिल रहा है. तो मैंने उसको बोला, सर he had also got a splinter from this same shell. Oh. So then I went down, told my boys कि भाई fire आ गया and जख्मी हो गए लोग. So then on my radio set I passed it to my CO, who was down below at a gun position called Rockfall. So moment I said, told this to my CO, there was more fire. But luckily, it was 529 and top was a pinnacle. There was only one shell which hit that first shell. All the balance of the shells started falling here and there. It did not fall on that. So we, abhi aur raat ho gayi. So we had to evacuate these people. Narendra was alive. Vikram sir was alive. Bhai was alive. And PV Vikram was not alive, sir. He was dead. So first we had to evacuate all these people who were alive. So we evacuated them. Sipai Narendra from my unit, he died en route, sir. Vikram sir was evacuated down. Bhai was evacuated down. And we had a very good RMO, sir. His name was Sopti, Alok Sopti. So Sopti came from the RAP running up. ऊपर की तरफ आके उसने बीच रास्ते में ही he gave field dressing to Vikram Shekhawat. He gave field dressing to Bhai. And luckily, both of them survived. Vikram Shekhawat is already approved to become a brigadier. He's in ASC now. Because of his injury, he switched over to ASC. He's a very fine gentleman. So he's approved brigadier. Very shortly, he's going to take over as Brig ST in some corps. I don't know, sir. PV Vikram was again a second generation officer from Kozhikode. So his parents stay over there. I met them once. I had gone for a course over there, sir, in IIM Kozhikode. That time I met them. And that was a day in my life which has changed my, entire thinking, sir.
Perception of life.
Yes, and that was a very challenging day because when we evacuated these gentlemen, all three of them, we could not evacuate Vikram that night. So on that, we were only 2 or 3 people left. So whole night we were awake because enemy could have attacked and taken over that post. So whole night we were awake. We had primed our weapons and we were ready to take on any kind of attack. Though we were only 3-4 of us, and Vikram was there only with us for the whole night. Next day morning, more strength came, reinforcements came, and we could evacuate Vikram also. But he was no more.
In fact, that is the irony of war. And ये भी देखिए कि splinters में, and you were sitting next to him.
That was
a miracle. It's a miracle that you were safe and sound, and you could take care of others.
That was actually a miracle. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why, but that was a miracle that how I got saved that day.
Yeah. And you have seen the death so close quarter.
Yes, it was the closest. After this, sir, on 20th of June also, 20th of June, there was another incident. We were sitting on that ledge, which ledge I told you, where my men used to sit down. That had a sitting capacity of around 5-6 people, और उसके नीचे एक और re-entrant था जहाँ पे 2-3 लोग बैठ जाते थे. पास ही था, उसके नीचे ही था. So we were sitting there, one of my junior officers, his name is also Rajiv. Rajiv had come to relieve me. I was supposed to go down and do preparations for attack. So Rajiv was there, and there's a gentleman called Captain Sanjay Barchilia, who's a OP officer who had come after Vikram died. So Sanjay had come. So we three were there. A couple of our boys were there, sir. In the afternoon, again, suddenly one shell came and landed there. And it landed on Sipai Ravinder. Ravinder was not Ravinder. Sipai Vijender. Vijender was Sanjay Barchilia's radio set operator. So it landed on him, sir, and his lower body was blown off. His lower body was blown off, and the same splinter, it claimed 3 of my boys, sir. One was Gulab, one was Sovereign, and one was Hira. So 3 of them got the splinter, and they were just sitting over there. They just got the splinter and finished. Oh, and they died a peaceful death. But this Vijender sir, he got that shell on him. His half body was blown off. He was half torso and above was there, and we know that he will die. But we could not do anything. I went down. I went down. In fact, I told somebody, get him to, in that fog of war, nobody got down to get him because everybody gets a shock. Na sir, samajh nahi aata ki kare kya. So I jumped. Moment I jumped, Rajiv jumped, couple of more men jumped. We got this guy up so that we will now evacuate him. We knew that he will not survive, but still we had to evacuate. So we were waiting for the firing to stop. In the meantime, this Vijender, he caught hold of my leg and he started saying, "Ki saab mere ko goli mar do. I can't take this pain anymore." I wish I could do it, but I cannot do that because we knew that he will not survive. He was whatever 5, 10, 15 minutes or half an hour he'll survive. He will just undergo that unbearable pain. So it was better we could have, given him relief, but that is not possible. So we evacuated him, but another half an hour he died. So these are two very narrow incidents. Apart from this, there have been numerous of incidents, but these are the two very narrow incidents where I have been very close to a shell which has claimed a couple of lives and got saved. So maybe that time I was not married, so I won't say my wife's and my daughter's prayer, but certainly my mother's, my father's, my family's prayer saved me. So these are the two incidents which changed my life's perception. So since those 2 days, sir, I live for today. I don't live for tomorrow.
Absolutely. And this is the life learning that you should always live for today, not for tomorrow. You don't know. It's so this all these casualties, सब RT के splinter fire से splinter से.
Sir, most of the casualties of my unit were with RT splinters, and with due regards to our RT is very good, but I would also like to compliment that the enemy's RT is again very
equally good. Yes.
They are. It is not that they are enemies, so everything is bad. If they are soldiers, sir. If they are good, their RT is good, it is good. But I can't mince my words. So their RT is very good. Their artillery fire used to be very lethal, sir.
So Rajiv, at any point of time, because during this incident which has happened and what you were in thick of war, what were the emotions? Matlab, any kind of fear or fear was just gone thereafter? I mean, what we can recall that state of mind, that people know that how it
was. On 30th May night or 31st May night, I don't remember, when we were trying to infiltrate and go and cut the enemy lines of supplies and communication. That night we were being fired upon heavily, sir. हम पत्थर के बीच छुपे थे और वहां से उनका फायर आ ही जा रहा था. मतलब it was that day लग रहा था कि आज निकल नहीं पाएंगे यहाँ से. But luckily we got saved. So that battle inoculation plus, sir, that is a point of time when that endomorphin in your body is so high that those hormones which maybe instigating some kind of fear and all get suppressed, sir. At least in my case it got suppressed. In my case it got suppressed. That time there was no fear, sir.
Wow.
That I knew that लगेगी तो एक बार मैं घर जाऊंगा. डर के मर के फायदा नहीं है. मरूंगा तो मरूंगा.
Absolutely.
So at that time, that somehow that I could suppress. Sir, having fear is very natural.
Yeah, it's a natural phenomenon.
And to get scared, there is nothing wrong with them, sir.
Yeah.
Those who get scared, it's very natural. There is nothing wrong with them.
Yes.
But there is no soldier who doesn't get scared.
Absolutely.
But yes, at that point of time, whether you can overcome that fear, whether you can, and to overcome that fear, sir, there are a lot of factors. Firstly, your training.
Yes.
Secondly, sir, more than your training, your motivation for your country, for your men, for your regiment, for your boys, for your family, for the name, your unit's name, your family's name, naam, namak, nishan, but everything plays a lot of roll inside your mind.
Yes.
So that, like in my case, sir, when I had joined the unit, a lot of people used to tell me that your father is very famous in the unit because he's one man who never wore a helmet. Even in the thickest of battle in 71 war, he never wore a helmet. So, wearing a helmet for me also was like a taboo. Ki main helmet kaise pehen sakta hu? But I had to wear it because there's no point, doing something which may lead to problems. But I was motivated that way, you have that bloodline, where your father never used to wear a helmet. So these small things motivate you. So yes, sir, uske baad, I served for 21 years. I've been in militancy, in a line of control, but that fear never came back to me, even after marriage. Normally, after marriage, after having a child, you become slightly more cautious. You become slightly more cautious because more responsibilities are there on you. And it is natural, sir. But we got such good battle inoculation in Kargil war that that fear factor was very less.
I agree with you, and that's the experience which counts. Then you know that what worst can happen.
Yes, sir.
So finally, that your post Vajrang, which Forjat was taken over from the Pakis.
Yes, sir.
And then I think by that Kargil war also came to an end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then you moved on to Manipur thereafter. Sorry, that Assam.
No, sir. No, sir. From Kargil, we went to Firozpur, sir.
Okay.
And moment we reached Firozpur, we were there for about a year. And we moved out to Firozpur in September 2000, sir. And September 2000, we moved out. December 2000, I got married. And on 13 December 2001, there was an attack on the parliament.
Okay.
And Op Parakram started, sir. And we all got deployed once again.
Yes,
so,
you're right.
For me, sir, those first 4-5 years of married life was all into operations only. So 1 year we stayed together in Firozpur. Then Op Parakram started. By the time Op Parakram ended, my unit moved to Assam, where we were deployed in the thick of Ulfa land. So it was very interesting for next 4-5 years.
So can you share something about that operation which you have done, where I think you got a Sena medal also?
Sir, those who are familiar with Assam, Assam is a very beautiful country, and it's a very riverine country. They got a lot of jungles. So in Assam, my unit was deployed earlier in Nalbari, sir, where we did a good job. From Nalbari, my unit was deployed in Lakhimpur, where again my unit did a great job. We got number of militants. Then seeing the performance of my unit was deployed in 2 dips, sir, which is in Dinjan, which is very close to Tinsukia.
Yeah.
Now, sir, if you see on River Brahmaputra, there are a number of river water islands.
Yes.
So north of Tinsukia, sir, there is a forest called Dibru-Saikhowa Reserve Forest, which is a very famous forest. So Dibru-Saikhowa Reserve Forest is again a river water island. On the north of Dibru-Saikhowa is Brahmaputra River, and on the south of Dibru-Saikhowa is Dangori River. So this is a river water island which is maybe it must be 30 by 40 kilometers. It is a huge forest, and it is a very dense forest.
Okay.
So and it was a very fertile training ground for Ulfa because it was not it was not inhabited. It had only 2-3 villages on the periphery, and it used to be a reserve forest. So it was a free run for Ulfa. Those guys used to have their training camps over there. So my unit was tasked to carry out operations in Dibru-Saikhowa Reserve Forest. So we were told that you will search the forest, Forjat will search the forest, and balance of the brigade units will put stops all around on the river. so that these people cannot cross the river. And these people, sir, Ulfa and the locals over there, they are the sons of the soil, so they are so good, so well trained that they can stand on a bark of a banana tree, take a bamboo, and they can cross Brahmaputra. Just like ski, sir, हम स्कीम करते हैं ना, वो लोग उस पे खड़े हो जाते हैं और दो बैम्बू हाथ में लेते हैं, and they can cross Brahmaputra or any kind of water body, and very swift. So we had placed, all the units were placed as stops over there. So forejart was given, if this company will search this area, that company will search this area, alag area bata hua. So my company was stationed in a place called Ajuka village. We were not staying inside the village, we were staying on boats. Dugdugi bolte hain sir, wahan bade boats hote hain, we call them dugdugis. So my company was staying in a dugdugi, and we used to put it on some of the corner of the village, of the forest, and go and search. So we were searching, sir. 10, 15, 20 दिन हो गए, हम search करते रहे. And over there, sir, the forest is so dense that आपसे जो आदमी 4 मीटर भी आगे चल रहा है ना, आप उसको देख नहीं पाओगे. And that forest has got tigers, it has got elephants, it has got snakes, तो पता नहीं कितने होंगे सर. So we used to go there every day, we used to search, come back at night, again morning go search and come back in the night. So ये करते रहे सर, करते रहे 21 दिन हो गए सर, कुछ नहीं मिला. Suddenly one day, that Ajuka village people told us, sir, some movement is there in that area, inside the jungle.
And that jungle is only 25 to 30 kilometers.
That is around 25 by 30. So we went inside, sir, 2-3 kilometers andar gaye. So me and my boys, it was around evening 3:30. So we attracted fire. अब फौज में बोलते हैं सर, moment firing comes, do not let the contact break. So we did not let the contact break, and there was a heavy firefight. So in this firefight, we killed 6 militants, sir. So 6 militants, and there was an old man who got killed. So itna raat ho gayi, sir, so we were supposed to come to Tinsukia and hand over the dead bodies to the police. So I was very morose because there was an old man who got killed. So there was another neighboring battalion CO. He called me up. I was a major that time. He called me up on the radio set and congratulated me कि तूने तो 5 militant मार दिए. तो मैंने बोला सर 5 militant ठीक है, एक civilian मर गया है बुड्ढा. तो मतलब the moment there is a civilian casualty, sir, there are so many cases. So I was not very happy, though we had killed 5 militants, but 1 civilian got killed. So he said, अच्छा कितना एज होगा? मैंने बोला सर एज तो पता नहीं, लेकिन देख के लग रहा है 55, मतलब 55 भी नहीं, 55-60 का होगा. दाढ़ी है पूरी सफेद दिन वाला. It was dark at that time. कहते यार उसका हाथ में चेक कर, तो उसका उंगली तो नहीं कटा हुआ. So I told my boys, यार वो चेक करो. So they checked. बोला हाँ साहब, आंगली तो कट रही है इसकी. तो मैंने बोला हाँ सर, उंगली कटी हुई है. कहता यार घोष, तूने तो बहुत बड़ा कैच मार दिया. मैंने बोला सर who? So he said, यार it is a very big guy. I will not name on this forum, sir.
Okay.
So he told this is a very big guy. So and he was a big guy, sir.
I mean, he was a militant.
He was a big leader for militant.
Oh.
He was one of the guys who was controlling the entire finances.
Okay.
So that was a big operation, sir, where we got 6 militants together. For that, I was awarded Sena medal.
So that means तुम्हारा जो गिल्ट था वो भी खत्म हो गया.
Pardon, sir?
जो गिल्ट था तुम्हें कि civilian.
Guilt got over, sir. Guilt got over.
Yeah, guilt got over. And they must be having that knowledge of what are the kind of people are there, and one is finger cut, and so that must be the identification.
Yes, sir. Some source told him, na, कि sir उनको check करने बोलो, because sources know everything.
I know.
They told you check the hands of that man, and then it was confirmed that he was a big man.
Rajiv, there are certain, one guy has asked a question. He says, sir, can you suggest some book to improve the personality? And somebody has said, Jai Hind, guys. And
Sir, there's a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Yes.
That tells you everything. But apart from that, I would like to tell something. If you want to improve your personality, firstly, get up early in the morning. Utilize the morning time to do creative things and do some physical exercise. Read more books, read more newspapers, have a lot of knowledge. Do not get involved in too much of social media and WhatsApp. Do not get carried away by whatever is propagated in social media and WhatsApp. And respect people, give respect to everyone, love your country, and personality will as it is improve.
Yes, no doubt, Rajiv. You basically covered all the points. Wonderful points जो लोग सुन रहे हैं. और जो बुक राजीव ने बताया कि 7 habits of effective people is a very good book. And there is another book is Atomic Habits. And these 2 books, if you read and can implement in yourself, you will get a wonderful personality, I can assure you. Both the books are wonderful. And Rajiv, next thing is that you have served in the Uri also. You have had an experience to work.
Yes, in the my battalion was there in Uri. In fact, the place where that attack took place, Uri attack took place, and so many soldiers were killed. That place was hardly 200 meters from the place where I used to stay, sir. There was a helipad in between my room and that location. So there was a helipad in between. So it was around 200 meters from my room. But we were there a couple of years before the incident took place. This incident, Uri attack, took place in September 2016. In September 2016, it took place, and my unit was deployed over there in 2010-11. 2010-11, we were there. So Uri is again a beautiful place, a very nice place. In fact, I would like to tell on this gathering that people from Kashmir are very good. Kashmiri people from Uri, people from Kashmir are very good people. It is only, some kind of bad elements are there who are propagating wrong things. So, and these days, wrong things get conveyed very fast. Whenever you see a post on religion or on Kashmir, on WhatsApp, on Facebook, there are enemy int agencies, there are enemy IW warfare agencies which are active whole day. Their job is doing this only. So if you find a comment by XYZ, Hariom Yadav, don't think that it is Hariom Yadav. It is enemy IW agents. We are surrounded by enemies like Pakistan, like China, and they are very good at this. So people, now I'll go back to this thing is people from Kashmir and Uri are very good people. I still have a lot of friends. I still get a lot of calls. So yeah, Uri incident happened. It was a very, very, very sorry thing which has happened. It shouldn't have happened. And this gives us the lessons that, Uri used to be generally peaceful, sir. Infiltration never used to take place, especially in that area of Uri where this infiltration took place. It used to take place in some other area, but this place was generally peaceful. But whatever has to happen has happened. It's a big lesson learned, and after that, a lot of deployment and all has changed over there in Uri also. Recently, I met the commander of Uri Brigade. He's my batchmate only, coursemate. So he was telling me what all his changes have taken place, and that's very good, very nice, sir.
I think that is the place where you remain eye to eye with the Pak Army soldiers.
Remain eye to eye with the enemy.
Yeah. So, any experience with them?
Sir, in Uri, there is a command Naman Setu.
Yes.
Of trade and lot of bus service took place. So whenever the gate opens and the bus services take place or the trade service take place, company commanders from both sides, like from Pakistan also, from India also, we have to go and stand on that bridge without weapon. Our boys also have one boy has accompanies us. None of us have a weapon. On both sides of the bridge, the weapons are placed, but we cannot carry weapons on the bridge. So we used to at times go and stand over there. So when you stand over there, there's a Pakistani officer standing, his Jawan standing, you are standing. कई बार एक घंटे खड़े होना पड़ता है. On the same side you stand. So you know, though you are not supposed to talk, but it's human nature only. You start exchanging dialogues, बातचीत करते हो. So I was there on Command Naman Setu and I had the opportunity to go and stand on that bridge number of times. When I interacted with that army officer of Pakistan, I did not find any difference between him and me. Yeah. Their thinking, their culture, their psychology, their family attachments, everything is so similar to ours that whosoever drew that line and made two nations which are always bloodthirsty of each other has done a very wrong thing, sir. It is like, separating out two brothers for life and make each of them, enemy for life. I don't know whether in our lifetimes it will ever happen, but it should happen in some lifetime that line which has been drawn should be wiped out. And I, as a soldier, I will not say कि we should attack Pakistan, we should kill Pakistan, ye le lo, wo le lo. ठीक है, सब ठीक है, as a soldier, fine. But as a human being, as a Indian, we all should be, there shouldn't have been a partition. In fact, my ancestors were from East Pakistan, Bangladesh. So I hear stories from, now that my grandmother is no more, I used to hear stories, such painful stories of partition. So the people who came from there, who came from West Pakistan or East Pakistan, could not accept that till the time they died. So it shouldn't have happened.
Yes. I agree. So, Rajiv, फाइनली जाते जाते जो लिसनर्स हैं और जो बाद में देखेंगे, हमारे जो यंगस्टर्स हैं, आजकल क्या है, छोटी छोटी परेशानी आती है और उससे वो डिसहार्टेंड हो जाते हैं. छोटा सा कोई फेलियर जिंदगी में आ गया तो डिसहार्टेंड हो जाते हैं, माइनर थिंग. एंड हियर you have seen the life so closely, that how much is the thin line between the life and no life. What would you like to say?
Sir, failure is something which makes you learn from your experiences. And if you don't fail, then someday or the other you will fail and you will not be able to take it. Yes. So every step in life, if there are little bit of failures, you better become a better person, become a better, and you learn more and you remain grounded and humble. Yes. So, like all of us at some point of time, some failures, and every individual has some drawbacks. Yes. So some failure, you learn from your drawbacks, you learn from your failures, and you improve in life. And it is very important to have failures and you learn from those life lessons. So if failures are there, dil chota mat karo, kyunki uska bhi ek solution niklega. Every cloud has got a silver lining. Yes. So after every night there's a day. So end of the tunnel there is light. Yes. So don't give up, and remain happy. Positive thinking. I would again suggest a book, The Secrets by Rhonda Bryan. People must read that book. That book teaches you how to remain positive. Yeah. उसमें बहुत बोलेगा कि you are the transmitter. What you transmit, you will get back. You might not get back, but at least you will remain positive. So always keep positive thing. Always think positive. Never get negative things in our mind. And positive things will happen, or you will make it happen.
Well said, Rajiv, and what you rightly said, that there is always a day after the night. There is always a difficulties are always followed by happiness, and because when the life itself is not permanent, how the difficulties can be permanent? Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary, and everything changes. Change is the only one which is constant. So, Rajiv, well, thank you so much, giving so much of wisdom to my viewers, and it's been a really very pleasure talking to you and knowing such a nuances of this Kargil war and even this Assam militancy from a person who has been on the ground zero, means where the action took place. Means I have also been all these places, but being a part of Corps of Signals communicator, never came across such a scenario. But it gives a goosebump when you listen to people like you. So I must thank you for all the wisdom you have shared.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for giving me a chance.
Let me just stop that.